2:1. What is the
2-1?
Oh, 2-1.
2-1.
All right,
Yeah.
2:1.
2-1.
2:1. I didn't understand it.
Welcome
So
to the 2-1 podcast.
2-1 podcast.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How did that? Well, let's talk about the name later. But how did you sucker us into this? How do you remember this happening?
Well, first and foremost, my name is Sean. That is Rob. This is Tony. We are 2-1 podcast. Okay. So how did I sucker y'all into this?
Yeah.
I mean, I just had this idea really at the beginning of the year. I was on this journey of, I don't know, stepping outside my comfort zone. And that started on Instagram, doing reels. And then several people had approached me about doing a podcast. Whether it's me solo, I have a podcast with my wife, All In with Sean and Delisa.
That's All In with Sean and Lisa.
That's right. On your platforms, on the Instagram and on the YouTube, look for us. And I was like, hey man, like we do this men's group every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. out here in Katy.
That's every Wednesday at 6:30 in Katy.
That's right.
That's right.
All men are welcome. And I said, man, this would be great for us to be able to just kind of talk about. We have great conversations about it. We lead this group, and how great would it be for the world to be able to hear these conversations and for men to be able to be, I guess, set free through transparency.
Yep.
And so I was like, well, what better people to do this with than you two?
So let's talk about set free in English.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Thank you
Like
for that.
unstuck.
Unstuck, set free, meaning I think men need to be more transparent.
Right.
And so usually the guys that come through our group, the first day that they walk through the threshold, what I call it, the door, right? Hey, we're all on the same level playing, right? The same we're on the same what do you call that? Leveling plane?
Playing
Field, thank you. On the same playing field, right? And so we got doctors in here, lawyers, pastors, all that good stuff, right? Salesmen, everything, right? Success and all that. But we're all on the same playing field. And so when they walk in here, they are transparent, right? So they're open. So what does that mean? It means, hey, I'm Sean. I struggle with X, Y, and Z. And then usually the look that we get is they tell us their deepest, darkest secret, right? And it's like, I haven't told anybody this before. And, I struggle with...
I bite my fingernails. Or that's as bad as it gets for me.
Or I struggle with watching porn.
Until the class is almost over, and then all of a sudden they want to say, oh, yeah, I haven't been struggling with this.
Yes. And so then they see us, and this is a phrase that we use is, hey, we don't blink. So... I've been rocking with you for forever. For those of y'all who don't know, this right here, Tony is my father-in-law, and he's been rocking with me since about 18, 19?
Yep. I'm famous. That's okay.
Yes. And so
and I'm your father.
Yeah.
Not. Just clear that up. I'm not.
Oh man. And so there's really nothing that I think either of us have heard that would cause us to blink. And blinking is like, well, So I think men are looking for some sort of reaction. And so when they see that there really is no reaction to their deepest, darkest secret, I think that opens us up to be able to talk more about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really is. It's interesting to be able to see so many common threads in each person that comes and hangs out with us on Wednesday, regardless of age. Mm-hmm. I mean, just to be clear, Tony is really old.
Yes, I am. And proud of it.
Super old.
Proud of it.
And I'm not. I'm just like middle old.
Got you.
But from 17 years old to 83?
Sure.
65, 70, whatever.
Yeah.
However old the person is that walks through the door, the same stuff is in their life, it seems.
Yeah.
And like you said, the vulnerability is, I don't know, man, what it is about us men that we just don't want to do that. We don't want to be vulnerable. We don't want to be looked at a certain way, but we look at ourselves that very way, that we don't want anybody else looking at us like, if that makes sense.
No, it makes a lot of sense. I think men are probably, we're ashamed of what we've done. A lot of us lead successful lives,
Sure.
Air quote, right? And I can't, I got to have it all together. Nothing told me down. And a lot of people look up to us as well, so we can't be flawed. And so these are things that the vulnerable moments, the transparency is something that we might not feel like we have that space, a safe place to be able to share that.
I think they quickly realized that we are incredibly flawed. Yeah. as soon as we have the opportunity to share, they realize that we're all flawed.
Yeah.
We all have done something stupid and maybe did something stupid today. Right? And it doesn't mean because we all work together to lead this group of men that we have all the answers.
Right.
It means that we're just willing to hold space
and put in the work, not just for ourselves, but for them,
Sure.
We want you to be open, but at the same time, come to the mirror and see yourself as flawed, because you're definitely flawed.
That is a fact.
Yeah. One thing that people will get through this podcast, and maybe one day you'll actually come through our Wednesday group, is just a place that is safe, that you can trust, whether you are, whatever walk of life that you are, you'll be welcome here. And I think you'll feel that instant, I guess just the instances of like, this is a safe place.
Yeah.
I think as soon as you walk through the door, or as soon as you really start to get to know Sean, Rob, and Tony, if you don't know us already, you'll see that this is a safe place.
Yeah, I look at it kind of like men. They live for the moment, not the movement. Like the moment is, I have to achieve this. I have to be successful. I've got to do X. And when that moment happens and I've arrived and it is gone.
Yeah.
And now what?
Yeah.
Like, what's the next moment that I have to live for? And I think men, because we don't talk to anybody, because we are embarrassed, we deal with shame, and we don't want to be looked down on and thought less than, we just end up searching for another moment that may fulfill, but it doesn't, and it goes away, and then we're looking for what's next. So
What's next?
What is next? And when we can tackle that every Wednesday, like what's next, it's not a moment. It really is about a movement, a transformation in all of our lives.
Yeah, for sure.
How does that?
That sounds good.
How does that resonate? Was that
That
okay?
sounds good. That's good. That's
Okay.
good, because
Now make sense of it.
But no, I don't want to make sense of it yet, because we keep talking about this safe place, and it's really safe for you to come and basically be yourself, come with all your stuff, but we want you to get better. We don't want you to come in and think this is a safe place where you can hide. We don't want you to hide.
Right.
We want everything you got, give it to us. Between all of us that are here, we can talk it through, work it out, and you become better. So it's not just a safe place. Like I was talking to a guy last night, and he went to a men's outing, 40 guys. And they were able to go in there, and whether they were doing whatever they do, they did it. And his only problem is that it wasn't a place that he thought they could change, because they were being authentic, but it was lacking what he needed. And I says, do we do that on Wednesday nights? And I believe we don't, because we will challenge you. We cause you to think about things and think about why you're doing what you're doing and how it's affecting the rest of society. We will do that. But then at the end of the day, we want you to become better, because usually if you come through those doors, those flaws are showing up, and you're tired of them showing up, and you want to get some help. And so that's what we're here for.
Yeah, it's like you have these breakthrough moments.
Yeah.
Like, it's a breakthrough moment, which is the first part.
Yeah.
So you get this breakthrough moment that gets you out of the pit. It gets you unstuck, right? You feel a little traction.
Yeah.
But without the next step, the movement, the plan, the detail, the strategy, without doing something next, you just get back in the pit.
Yeah.
You just get stuck again. So, yeah, you can have this breakthrough to get you out of the pit, but there's got to be some action that keeps you out. And I think if we don't have that action, or we don't have that what's next to stay out of the pit, then we're always looking. It maybe that just getting out of the pit became its moment, and then the moment's passed.
Yeah, but we know about moments; they do pass.
Yeah,
and then you're left empty and unfulfilled, and then you're looking for the what's next.
Right.
And so we want that what next to become a finished product, something that fulfills you in totality versus looking for another what's next.
So let's talk about that. Like, so what's next? So then if we're like constantly going for what's next, because men are conquerors, sure, natural conquerors. Hey, I'm going to go get it. I see something, I'm going to go get it. Yeah. Okay. I've reached this top, right? So let me go get some more. I think about, the greats like Michael Jordan, like Tom Brady. Yeah. Tom Brady, you get to I think one of his documentaries, he said he got to the top after you won the Super Bowl, right? And it's like, well, okay, cool. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go get another one. Go get another one, right? But then after a while, he said, I'm at the top of the mountains. Like I'm looking down on everybody, but there's nothing here.
Right.
So then that leads me to what I've been searching for this year, probably since last October. It's a pastor that I went and had lunch with, and he said the journey. You know, he talked about the journey, about Jesus being the journey. I'm like, all right, guy. You know, what the heck does that mean? Right? And I was talking to Justin about this, because one thing about me, if I learn something, I'm gonna tell everybody. Okay,
yeah.
I might not have it figured out, but you know, we gonna figure it out together. If it's a good piece of information, I'm gonna share it with everybody. And so I remember talking with Justin, our executive producer. Yeah, that's right. I remember talking to him. I was like, man, the journey's in the destination, right? And I'm like, okay, well, what is that? And so the more and more, I even put it in my book, right? The journey is the destination. The more and more that I live life, and this year I've seen God just in the journey, and so the destination is God, and He is the journey. So let me break that down, right? So in the journey, we're like, okay, well, I'm trying to get from A to B to get to C. So if I do X, Y, I can get Z, right? Like that, A, B, C, X, Y, Z.
It's easy. It's 1, 2, 3, man.
Right? But if I do these things, then I can achieve this. But then when we get to this, then there's always a what's next. And so that leaves us not feeling fulfilled. And so if we find something, and for us, it is finding God, finding Christ, right, in the journey. Yeah. So I need to find Him in the journey. And because He's with me in the journey, then he is the destination. I've already arrived, right? Because I've arrived with God. He's with me.
Yeah, I hear that I arrive, and then that exposes a gap, and the gap is where I was to where I'm at now, and then if I continue, then if I'm trying to work this out, if I keep striving and being and hitting the next thing and hitting the next thing, the gap is bigger, and it exposes how much maybe I relied on dysfunction, and then I get uncomfortable because I don't know how to maintain this, and because I need to keep looking for something next, but I never really deal with why I was here and how I got here and how do I stay here healthy and a healthy mindset, because as men, we just want to win. We want to conquer something, so every win exposes a gap, and sometimes it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
So both you guys, my brain went to work real quick because he said God is in the destination, and you talk about when you get to the end of the destination, there's a gap. So that tells me if God is not a part of the journey, in getting to the destination, when you get to the destination, you're unfulfilled because the one who should have been helping you all along was not a part of the journey. So now all of a sudden you're there and you still like, what's next? But if he's a part of the journey, each part of the next plateau is a peace, is a rest. So now, wow. Okay.
I mean, just because I got to where I was going, I can tell you from my life, God was not the destination.
Well, yeah,
It's
for sure.
So, I mean, I can tell you, and probably about 1,000 other people can tell you that no, God had nothing to do with my life. He was orchestrating some stuff, but my wins and my success, my things that I was striving for, had nothing to do with anything holy.
Right.
And it left me way empty, like 2 ways, way empty. Like it left me way empty, and needing something else. When the whole time what I really needed was to involve God. But I didn't want to have anything to do with him at all. And it really made it worse. So I think as men, we can strive for all these things, and
will never be fulfilled.
Never.
No matter how accolades, all that stuff, the beautiful woman, all that stuff, the nice car, all that stuff, the big house, all that, never fulfilled.
It doesn't satisfy.
Nope. So the very thing that we should be running to, we run from, to all these other things. We partner with everything. We partner with the career. We partner with the buddy. We partner with the girl. We partner with the car. But the very thing that we should be partnering from, which will fulfill us, we find ourselves running from it.
And as the youngest person here on this side of the camera, on this side of the camera, I think the things that we run from is like, well, if I submit my life to God, right? If I go the church route, if I do the religion route, then I have to give up. I'm giving up all these things. But I've found that though we do give up these things, we still gain. Like, we give up just for God to give it back. So what am I saying? Like, I won't, I'm be a Christian, and it means I can't go out and party.
All right, back up. You threw me off. Say it again. We give up.
We have to. As a young man.
No, I like
with
it.
grace.
Oh, he wanted to say as a young man again.
Yeah.
Start from that as a young man.
As a young man, getting back into church, because I went through cycles, right? I'm all in or I'm not.
We all went through cycles.
Yeah. So one of the things that was conflicting was, man, I want to do right because I should be doing right, because there is a tugging, there's a conviction inside of me, which really probably kept me safe from a lot of things, though I did get into a lot of stuff, right? But I don't really want to go all in at church, because I'm going to have to give up my friends. I'm going to have to give up this lifestyle that I've started to live. But now on the other side of it, because of just who I am and the conviction and me like growing in Christ, he's placed a new desire inside of me. So I still have a lot of fun, right? So I still have a lot of fun doing the right things, as opposed to having fun doing the wrong things with a whole bunch of consequences and regrets that are associated with it.
As the older statesman here, I'm going to be messy. So is the fulfillment now better than the fulfillment that you had then?
1,000%.
Is it even possible to be 1,000%? Just kidding. All right, that's a podcast. That's next episode. Is it 100% or 1,000? Can you really be 110%? So it seems like men, we don't want to give up our stuff. Like, it's familiar, right? It's familiar with all of the stuff that we've experienced our whole life, and I am in control of it. Yeah. I'm secure with it. I can manipulate it to make myself feel better in the moment. But all it does is leave emptiness. So if in leaving emptiness, the emptiness that men feel, we're probably more scared of that than anything. I'm just scared of being empty. So without knowing what truly fulfills or ever experiencing what really fulfills us, we have a fear of the unknown, where then we can manipulate ourselves to say the dopamine hit was a win. And when I did that, I felt really good. So I'm going to keep doing that, even though it's a destruction. It's the tornado, right? Ripping through a trailer park. It's just tearing everything up. Like it's a redneck divorce and a tornado, man. No matter what happens, somebody going to lose a trailer. That's really the truth.
Yeah.
But it's emptiness, I think, that everybody's really scared of.
You just described baggage and bondage.
Ooh. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, explain that.
Because everything that you just described, we're carrying along with us, the stuff that we pick up along the way, whether it feel good or what, that's baggage.
Yeah.
And then it basically it imprisons us into thinking that this is what we need to be fulfilled. So now I'm carrying baggage and bondage, and I can't see the freedom because I'm so weighed down and so overwhelmed with the junk that I have, or the assumption that if I lose this junk, I'll be less than, which is totally not the truth. But the silence, I think that's a big thing that they're running from, the silence. Because when you strip everything away, like Adam, naked, all of a sudden we can't take the silence. So we start listening at stuff, like the Eves. So
we'll cut that part out for our female listeners.
Yeah, we'll no issues with the ladies.
Eve is a metaphor for anything that's trying to entice you to do something that you shouldn't be doing.
It's true. Say
it's not necessarily a female. Eve is the red Maserati. Eve is the new 2-ton Tundra truck. Eve is the bigger double spacker house. Eve is anything that will cause you to do something contrary to what he just told you to do. So
but let me push back on that.
Yeah, okay, push back.
But Eve was made for him because man shouldn't be alone.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm a literal person. Okay. So you're saying Eve, but Eve was placed there in the garden with Adam to help him to rule, to rule
exactly. And when something is put there to help you rule, and it goes contrary to the original plan, it becomes baggage or bondage.
But God gave Eve to Adam.
And God gave you a 2-ton Tundra, or the red Maserati. He'll give it to you. He wants you to have it. At the end of the day, with him in mind, I bless you with this.
You don't have the Maserati yet.
I bless you with this. But then the problem is we don't want to even give him the glory for it. All of a sudden we get dumb. We start putting other people in the passenger seat.
Interesting.
So I see it as emptiness forces you to face yourself. It forces you to,
and it's
a reality check.
And it scares the hell out of you too.
Sure does.
Because you don't know what to do with it.
And that's why people will rather go back to what's familiar, because the known familiarity is way less scary than the unknown.
Because they don't know what's next.
You're right.
At least I know if I hit this blunt, I pop this pill, I drink this drink. I know
how I'm gonna feel for a while.
I'm gonna feel for a while. Then I hit that empty spot, but I know where to go get some more of that.
So it's like sweeping the house clean. So when you sweep the house clean, everything can be all nice and clean and pretty. But if you don't replace it, if you don't fill it with something that you're supposed to fill it with, you're going to be worse off than you were before, because that's not enough. Exactly. Emptiness, we can't handle it, so we got to just jump in and start replacing it, or we got to get back to what was familiar. I I don't know. It just seems like we're really scared to be in the quiet. Mm-hmm. So we talked about emptiness. Emptiness leaves us vulnerable, I guess. And if you go back to the very beginning when we're talking about men don't like to be vulnerable. Mm-hmm. So if we realize, hey, I'm doing something stupid, I'm screwing up, again and again and again, why do I keep doing this? Mm-hmm. And then we finally, it's over, it's done. I'm walking away from this, I'm putting an end to it, and not today, right? Mm-hmm. We make that move, that bold proclamation. That doesn't mean it's handled. It just means now there's an empty space.
The absence of something.
It's the absence of something, and that leaves us vulnerable to attack. Because there's nothing there to protect us. So we're either going to have to make a good decision, or we're going to go back to what we've always done. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what a good decision is. I'm vulnerable. Yeah. So that's the emptiness I think that we're scared of.
The vulnerability?
The vulnerability. And emptiness leaves you vulnerable.
Even on Wednesday nights, that's what happens. Guys come in here and they don't want to be vulnerable in the beginning. They always say, hey, I'm good. We hear that so much. And then all of a sudden.
How was your week? Good?
10 minutes before we're leaving, all of a sudden, I am dealing with this one thing. Yeah. Once they get a little comfortable and they realize, hey, dude, you ain't nothing new under the sun.
It's like, hey, how was your week? Man, it was good. Listen. We're getting a divorce. How is it good?
We could have spent 35 minutes on the divorce, but we spent 15 on your it's good. Break that down for us. Yeah. And I think it's just uncomfortable for men because they haven't been taught to share. They've been taught not to cry. Mm-hmm.
They've been told not to cry.
Man, all you need is a TV and a remote and a beer. And so that makes you good, which is so much more to us because he wouldn't have put us in charge of the whole universe and naming everything if that wasn't more to us than that.
Something shot through my mind. I was talking to a guy yesterday. Him and his wife, they're struggling. They're having some stuff at home, and they're really going through it on a lot of levels. And I said, man, you should come and hang out with our dudes on Wednesday night. He's like, oh, Wednesday night, man, my kids, they go to a youth group, and so it's really the time for my wife and I to get together, and we drop the kids off, then we get together and we get to spend time together. And I said, that is great. Do y'all watch TV? And he said, yeah. I said, man, y'all ain't together. And I said, you're not doing anything for connection. Y'all are just under the assumption, the heading that I'm doing. We're on the same couch. But it doesn't mean you even talk to her. You just watch the TV show. And so men, sometimes we're together. And sometimes that's how we parent. I know it's not what we're talking about, but sometimes that's how we parent. I mean, I got old kids and then I got babies. So I know my older kids, shout out to my older kids, sorry. I just watched them play. And I was like, I'm spending time with them. I'm hanging out. We good. Mm-hmm. But they were playing a game or something on the floor while I was watching TV. But I was in the same room. That doesn't qualify for connection. So as men, we're missing it not only as to our spouses, to our family, to our kids.
I think, hey, Justin, can you pull up the statistic on as men get older, the amount of quality friends that they have, it dissipates.
I think that's why this will become so vital, because there's no blueprint on but there is. And so we've been taking things from the Bible, putting them into everyday life situations and realizing really is a blueprint that we can use to connect with people, connect with our wives, connect with our kids. But everybody is thinking that blueprint is outdated. It's old, it's antiquated. That's not the way it's gone. But that blueprint has saved my life, has saved your life, has changed your life. And this is 2025. And so there is a blueprint, and nobody's telling everybody about the blueprint because they think the blueprint only comes out on Sundays. The blueprint only comes out, like you just said something, a mouthful. He drops his kids off at youth camp.
But he don't go to church.
And he goes home
Right.
to look at an idiot box that's telling you this is the blueprint
If you're watching,
for how
I
we
didn't
connect.
call it an idiot box.
This
But
is
it
the
really,
blueprint that tells you how to connect.
yeah.
When I varied the very existence of our podcast 2 to 1, it tells us that's the blueprint of how we can be better men. And so, yeah, this is going to be really good for most people to get what 25 guys get on Wednesday. Y'all about to get it nationwide. And it change your life.
Worldwide.
I'm so sorry.
Because of the internet machine.
Yeah.
It's able to do that.
Yeah.
They didn't have the internet machine when we were kids.
You're right. They didn't.
No.
They were
And our
establishing the
parents
internet
didn't have a
machine when I was a
blueprint.
kid.
My
They
daddy
were
only,
establishing
my
it.
daddy only showed me what his daddy showed him, but I don't know if his daddy showed him everything he showed me. But
And speaking of that, something I do my work, my therapy work. I know you have as well. We gonna get you.
I have been to therapy several times.
Oh, okay.
I am so smart that the therapist started asking me questions.
I like how he
had
I like how
the
he
right
turned
therapist.
from you to speak into the mic.
Yeah.
I just need to make
Just
this
to let y'all
known.
know,
I
I've been to
have been to
therapy
therapy.
several
Been to therapy.
I don't
do
oppose
my
it.
work. There's something.
And our
that-
next commercial break will be sponsored by
sponsored by
therapy.
BetterHelp. No,
Yeah,
therapy.
yeah,
I mean,
they're
that's not
happens
BetterHelp.
when
But
what happens when the counselor needs to be counseled?
that's right. But a good therapist will tell you, a good counselor will tell you, they go to therapy themselves.
I went to therapy because I was counseling
Doctor.
and
Hey,
started counseling
like you
again.
said, we gonna get him. In
Yeah, we gonna get you in there. It's okay. It's
God still loves you. You
I'm
know.
gonna
that.
go to your
he
counselor.
does. But
I'm gonna go to your counselor.
I'm gonna put a resource because we want to be able to help all of our viewers just with resources, right? So one resource we're gonna put in the description below is a link to an emotional wheel. One thing that I've learned through my journey with therapy is there is probably about 4 emotions that I knew that I expressed, and that was it. And I would tuck the rest of the emotions away, or I would hide. Like if I was sad because I didn't want to be sad, I would put that and tuck that under with anger. Or if I'm frustrated or confused, right, then I would put that in anger as well. So I'll put the link to the
emotional.
emotional will in the link.
So you said something that I don't know if I've heard you say this ever before. So you said there were 4 that you could express, but is there a difference between feeling them and expressing them?
There's definitely a difference. Before I get into that, it says men appear to have suffered a far steeper decline than women. 30 years ago, a majority of men, 55%, reported having at least 6 close friends. Today, that number has been cut in half, slightly more than 1 in 4, not 2 to 1, 1 in 4%, 27% of men have 6 or more close friends today.
Wow.
15% of men have no close friendships at all, a 5-fold increase since 1990.
And that's a problem.
And so
Yes, and the website from that is what, Justin? AmericanSurveyCenter.org.
that's www.americansurveycenter.org.
Thank you, Omari.
Man,
And if you guys
but yeah, we're
caught
supposed
that,
to be
they-
so much,
Yeah.
so better connected now.
Yeah,
We have the internet machine.
With the internet machine,
We've got Insta
InstaFace is what I call
Face.
it. Yeah,
We have all the social
Tic-tac.
media,
Top.
right? TikToks. We have our TikToks. Thanks for being a
TikToks.
sponsor.
Yeah.
But we have all of these ways to keep us connected.
But yet,
Shouldn't we have deeper connections?
We should, but we don't. Why is that?
There's no way we would ever have them.
Those things keep us connected and entertained, but not empowered.
I think they keep us entertained, and they even drift us from connection, from real connection.
Right, from the live touch, the human touch. But that's what I'm saying. They don't empower us. They don't make
these
us better.
internet
They make us
gangsters
believe
out
we're
there.
better by the foolishness that they teach us. But hey.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Internet gangsters.
And we're not knocking
Twitter
any of
fingers.
that stuff. We just recognize
trigger
it's
fingers.
not good for a healthy, wholesome guy if that's all you do. You never leave your house and you're on Instagram all day, or you doing Amazon, and you don't want to relate to other men. not the girl on the Instagram or the gear and the what's that OnlyFans. No, you want to relate to your brothers so we can make you become better and fulfilled, or show you how to get there at least. We got a blueprint. We got a map.
And that's not a plausible statement. This is real men talking here.
Yeah.
No.
What does a plausible statement mean? What does that even mean? I don't. You young kids. All right.
We're supposed to get past.
Yeah. Let's move on. So, you recognize that you're doing something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize that it's maybe. Is it secular? Cycle? It's a cycle. Is it secular? Circular? That's round.
Cyclical. Yeah.
All right. They'll cut all that out. So, so you realize that it's repeating patterns.
Mm-hmm.
You cut it out, but you don't replace it with something new. So, just because you have stopped something in your life, does it mean that your life has truly changed? Because the goal is for change, for progress.
Right.
Some of y'all listening or watching, you don't need change. You're doing great. You're perfect. We're talking to the other people that need help.
99%.
The other 99.9%,
Like us.
like the old Maury Povich said, you're not the father. Like 99.9% of us need to change.
Yeah.
So just quitting something, or just I'm going to do better at this, does that bring change?
I don't think it does. And going back to the emotions, right? So we have to be curious, right? And not in a weird way.
Not that one time in college.
No.
All right.
You know, we have to be curious.
I mean,
you know, like, okay.
I didn't go to college, so it never happened.
That's the stuff that you heard,
Just
right?
throw that out there.
You know, like, well, why do I feel this way? Going back to the emotions, right? Well, I noticed that, prime example, we were up the other night till like 1:30 building a dresser. And one of the dresser parts I always get confused is the track wheels.
Yeah.
Because you got a left and a right, you know, but they all look the same. And then depending on how you put it on, like it is what it is, right?
How many times you had to put it back together?
Just I think twice.
Do you read the
2 or 3
instructions?
times.
That's good.
I actually did, and I was reading the instructions.
Oh, he's a reader. He's a reader. He's gonna read it before he do it.
Yes, he knows that. I'm very literal, and it has to be right. And his daughter is like, well, let's just put it together. But over time,
I like people like you. I don't understand it.
You see how he put me out there?
I chose her.
His daughter,
He's
married
my
to my
wife.
daughter.
I chose her. But I said, babe, I'm gonna need you because it's late. Okay, and I had to get up
1:30,
early.
That's a real
go.
dresser. We want to get this done tonight.
And you want to know why?
Why?
Because we told the girls, because I want to be integrous with our words.
That's right.
And what's the word that you said? Like I failed to
walk in integrity.
I failed to walk in integrity because the girls had to sleep. All the kids were in the boys' room, right? And Delisa was like, well, you know, whatever. But I was like, hey, we didn't hold up our end of the bargain. We told them that this was going to be done, but it's not.
Renegotiate.
Renegotiate. And so we got to finish this. And so I said, hey, this part is really frustrating me. And I realized, hey, I'm getting angry.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
So, hey, you do this, right?
Let me look at this emotional wheel.
Man, but I have the language to it now. Whereas before, I'd have just, like crashed out and been angry and probably would have, took my anger out on her.
Yeah.
Because I'm frustrated, because I'm confused about something.
Right.
So it's important to have the language to how we feel in order for us to do the work. So that comes to like we've done the work, we're aware of ourselves.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm frustrated, so I'm getting angry. Now, I can do better because I know better.
Man, there's so much to really unpack there, because you could look at, like, without the language, without the emotional wheel, without having all of the tools of going through therapy that Tony doesn't go through.
He's gonna go through.
He will go through. But without the emotional wheel, right? How would the average man deal with that? Just blurt something out.
Yeah.
Or not ask for help, for one.
Oh,
not
yeah,
like,
that's very true.
hey, sweetie, could you
That
come over
is
here and please
so
help
true.
me
They
out?
definitely wouldn't ask a woman or ask
No,
a wife, right?
man.
That's so true.
Right, but all of a sudden, you have this feeling that comes from somewhere, and it manifests a certain way.
Yeah.
And we don't like asking for help, but you ask for help, and it's okay to do that. It doesn't mean you're any less than.
That's right.
If anything, I don't read the instructions, and I put it together quickly and take it apart and then put it back together again and then take it apart later and put it back together again. And then I go, why didn't I just read the instructions? So I get frustrated. You read the instructions, realize you were getting, but you asked for help. What else is there for us as men to keep us from asking for help? Is it different for everybody?
I think it's the trust. Because when we ask for help, it doesn't come back the way we thought it would, or it comes back to haunt us later. So I think it's just learning to trust in the process, even though some people may not know how to help you, and that's okay. But asking for help is a good thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's just learning to ask for help. Sometimes asking the right people the right questions versus the people that you are putting the trust in can't help you.
I think a large percentage, again, going back to therapy, is somewhere in our youth, we were rejected or something happened.
Yeah.
We asked for help and something happened. And when it comes down time to ask for help, we go to the little Sean, the little Tony, the little Rob.
What's the one thing most men can't stand to feel?
Rejection.
Yeah, but what's another one?
Unappreciated.
Hurt.
Lack of respect.
I'm going to throw another one out there.
What?
Inadequacy.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
When we feel like as a
Gosh,
boy
I feel
or
so
person,
inadequate for not
we're
answering that correctly.
Inadequate to do that, or we're not measuring up to our own standards sometimes. It's the worst thing. We don't want to expose that at all. We don't want nobody to know that I'm inadequate. I actually have insecurities about this situation or circumstance or me. That one is hard to get out of a guy because a lot of guys don't see it as that. They see it as your fault, Rob.
Yeah.
It's your fault, Sean. It's not that I'm inadequate. You just didn't understand me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm
Right?
still guilty of that.
You know what? Oh man, I can't even say that because it's really hit me.
Say it. If it's hitting
What
you.
is so?
He said, I say it because it's hitting
Yeah,
him.
man, I haven't stuttered in a long time. This section of the podcast brought to you by Don'tStutterAnymore.com. What's really heavy hitting about that is why don't I? Why can't I be okay with not having all the answers? Like, why can't I be okay needing help?
Because you're not Kanye.
Because I'm not, thank God. So, and I'm not even sure who Kanye is.
Oh, you don't have all the answers, Sway.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure who that is. I think it all goes back to as little boys, something happened, and it shaped the way we live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We not the fact that the incident shaped our way of how we live, but what we told ourselves, the story we told ourselves about that incident shaped the way we lived for the rest of our life.
Right.
And because it was possibly negative, we now have walled off ever feeling like that again. Like nothing is ever going to make me feel like in that moment. So I'm not going to ask for help. I'm always going to have to prove myself. I'm going to prove my worth. I can put stuff together without having to do the manual. Now, my wife asked me, that is dope. Great job. How many times did it take you to do it this time? I'm like 4. I only had to take it away 4 times. It's incredible.
But listen what you said. If you were to tell somebody, about whatever happened, and they navigate through that process with you, that would have saved you a whole lot of counseling sessions, therapy.
Yeah.
Right? But then you didn't know that this is a thing that we're supposed to do. True. I just had this situation. Can I talk to you about it? Because I can't. The way I feel is bad. So maybe it's not a bad thing, but I don't know yet. But if I can talk to you. So I think that's where it actually starts with a lot of us.
So it's like the moment to where we're, okay, I'm going to do better this time, right? Have you ever said that to yourself? I'm going to do better this time.
I said that yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. Man, yeah, you're doing good. I did it earlier. Like, I'm going to be better. So I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to be better. I'm going to be better next time. God, just let me win the lottery. And I'll be good. I'll give it all away. Whatever promises we make ourselves, but we tend to say, I'll do better. I'll be better next time. But we don't. I think the big thing for me is living in that repeat, that Groundhog Day. I have just destroyed myself with just feeling like and labeling like I am inadequate. Like I'm a failure. Why do I know I shouldn't do this, but why do I keep finding myself doing what I know I shouldn't do?
Yeah, but self-talk without the right information always leads to destruction. Because if you don't have the right information to explain what just happened, it's always going to lead to destruction.
What is the right information? What is the right information, and how simple is it to access?
It's free.
What is the right info? Like, I can self-talk all day long, and I can, you're smart enough, you're kind enough, and gosh darn it, people like you, right? Like self-talk. I can do all that stuff, but what's really the right info? What is the right information?
We're talking about sales.
We could talk about anything.
Are we talking about life?
We could talk about life. We could talk about sales.
You talking about problems?
Let's sum it all up. I don't know. I'm the one asking the questions here, and now I feel like y'all are asking me questions.
We turn that back.
All right, turn that back on me. So what's the information? You said if you do that without the right information. So the right information is, one, who are you? Like, who are you really?
Yeah.
Are you really who people say you are?
Right.
Or are you who you want to believe you are? I see myself as this. A guy I was talking to this week said, the idea of, look at this family. Look how happy they are. Can we just be like them? Like, are you serious? Like, Joker, that is social media.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
They probably... And then I told him, I said, you want to see last year's Christmas card? My wife and I were like yelling at each other. Not yelling, but we were like in a disagreement. Yelling. And like, listen. And then it's like, pose again. Right? So what's real? You can't be like other people. Except one.
So what's your original design?
Jesus. No,
what was your original intention? Why are we here?
My original intention?
Man.
Oh, man's original intention.
Mankind.
Like creations.
Your original intention and my original intention and his original intention and the producer's original intention are the same.
What is it?
Well, one of the producers, or the producer, yes.
No, it's the same, but we're all different. But the original intention was the same.
What is that? But so what is that?
I'm asking. I'm just saying it's the same.
No, I think
what do you think it is?
I think all of us will say it's like the purpose, like why are we here? But now I'm gonna take you back to Genesis, right? And
there you go.
We're created in His image, right?
Right.
To have dominion,
right,
on this earth. So what does that mean? We were created to rule this earth.
Goes back to that thing that we started out talking about. But we're created to have dominion. We're conquerors. So we're created to do that. But in doing that, what happens?
What happens?
Don't you? Rob said it. We get unfulfilled because there's the next due.
Yes, right.
What's next? What's next?
And to the people out there that do not believe, in the Bible, I want to challenge you. We would love to have that conversation. Of course, we accept whatever your viewpoint is. But we would just love to have a conversation with you just to see where you're at and see if we can help you get past that, or if we can help, just provide any insight into the Bible. Maybe you have a bunch of questions, right? And then to the people that don't believe in the Bible, then what we're saying is meaningless. But here's something that we found, that without Christ, everything is meaningless.
Yeah.
Everything.
So you ask that question. Say, what's the blueprint? It's those 66 books of writings that if you lean into them and apply them, it makes you such a better person.
Yeah, I think our goal with just having open dialogue is it's never to convince or persuade, right? I don't know if y'all picked up that nice whistle that I had going on, like convince or persuade. Hopefully they can get rid of that. Sean's not even paying attention to me at this point. But our goal is not to...
Rob needs attention.
I need it. I feel inadequate right now. I think the convincing and persuading is a tactic, and that's not what this is designed to do. Mm-mm. I'm still in the middle of my journey.
Yeah.
My search.
Yeah.
My search for understanding. Because, like you said, everything is inherently meaningless without Christ. Mm-hmm. Christ has become our meaning.
Yeah.
And for some, like, who is Christ? Mm-hmm. Like, Jesus, good dude. Mm-hmm. So, smart man, walked on the earth.
Yeah. Which is proven historically. So if you believe in Abraham Lincoln, if you believe in George Washington, it's documented. It's because there's documentation of these people. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is documentation of a man named Jesus, who was a Nazarene, from Nazareth, right? That walked on this earth.
Yeah,
it's a fact. Go ahead.
Abraham Lincoln, Honest Abe, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said himself, I read the quote, "You cannot believe everything you read on the internet." Abraham Lincoln. So he even said it. So so if you believe Abraham Lincoln, you believe in all these people.
Oh my God.
You think about everything that we've ever known to exist, every great leader, every great orator, every person that you hold in a high esteem, high regard.
Aristotle.
Yeah, Aristotle.
Socrates.
It's Aristotle.
Plato.
That's that clothing shop in the mall.
No, that's Aeropostale.
Oh, we're not sponsored by Aeropostale. So you've got all of these philosophers, everything happened on the pale blue dot, Earth. Like everything, it's happened right here on this little bitty planet in this great, massive universe.
Was perfectly placed in the right position.
It's crazy.
Close enough to the sun, but yet further, far away from the sun, right in the perfect position, so that
we don't melt our faces off.
Oh my gosh,
So you look wherever you are in your journey. Like I started by saying, I'm in the midst of mine. I'm still stupid today, and today. I know, today, and probably even the today that you're listening to this.
Yes.
Probably I was stupid earlier. I know that I can't do more. I know I can't just fix everything. So I'm trying to figure it out. I can't. So I need help with that. So when we say everything is really meaningless until you ascribe meaning to it, we all have a choice. What meaning are we going to put on our existence? So I think that's the challenge is do some searching. You figure out your meaning. For me, it has become so clear that it's Christ.
Mm.
It's the scripture. It is my creator.
That's a scripture for that too. To Christ is gain.
That's right. So I think that's the bigger piece of this is what's your goal? What is your hope? What do you want to accomplish in life? I mean, go to work, retire, get a watch. I don't know, like make a couple bucks, go on a trip, go on a vacation, or is it something greater? What do you ascribe to your life as purpose? I think that's the important thing is what do you want to accomplish in life? Leave it up to chance or really put meaning on it?
And I think when we put meaning, that to get to that point, we still have to do the work. Whether you are a believer, agnostic, whatever, like we all have to get to that point, but we have to do the work. So hopefully, by you listening to this podcast, we hope and we pray that you would try Christ, right? But for those of you who don't and you're not interested in it, we still want to be able to give you a pathway to be able to figure that out. And I think the first thing it starts with is what we start this podcast with, right? Transparency, vulnerability, right? You got to have a group of people for you to be able to be transparent with, and be comfortable with, be vulnerable with. And then you have to do the work in a sense of, okay, what's looking into me, right? And okay, well, why do I feel that way? It's being curious, right? Why do I feel the way do I feel? Why do I get angry every time that this subject happens? Why do I feel lost? Why do I feel inadequate, right? And so when you are able to look inside of yourself and to be able to answer those questions, then that helps get you to where you ultimately want to be.
Yeah. I think it would make sense to talk maybe even next time about habits and we talk about that cycle and the revolving door of habits. And you can white knuckle habits, man. You can just it's just a habit. But what you can't do is you can't white knuckle identity.
Nope.
So what is identity? How do I identify? We're not going to get into that. But what is my identity? How do I identify as I was just raised that way. That's how my family talks. Oh, we're just sarcastic. That's just how I was raised. That was my first language, English second language, sarcasm number one. Right? But does that need to be our identity? It doesn't, because that's a choice that we're making. It's like a habit. It's something that we're continuing to do. We're continuing to choose to do that. I would like to explore habits and how we identify ourselves through our habits.
Good.
I believe this. If you're not walking in true identity, the way it plays out is that in your happiness, your pursuit of things, because all those things you want them to identify you. They become your identifier markers. Like whether it's the Ferrari, it makes me who I am. I'm Rob with the Ferrari. I'm Sean with the truck. That's your identity. No, it's not. But I know this. There's a lot of unhappy men, especially,
right,
looking for their identity and not finding it. And that's what we're talking about. It's
so we latch on to things that
and
feel good,
and people and things, and then you keep getting more and more and more. But you still, at the end of the day, are unhappy. That's because you're not walking in your true identity.
If I could say something that gets a laugh,
even
at the expense of somebody else,
now
that's my identity, right? Now, he's the funny person or the quick-witted person or whatever, and then next thing you know, I'm identifying as that, and that's just how I be. I think the reason I want to talk about habits is the habits, we get addicted to things, and what we get stuck in this addiction. And it's not like we were stuck in the habit or stuck in the addiction as much as we were stuck in what that addiction or that habit promised us in return. And the promise, if it's not made by the one that can back it up and fulfill on it,
That part.
then is it a promise? It's just a lie that we chose to believe.
Man, that is something that the Bible talks about. His promises are yes and amen, and it talks about God promising. Now, there's promises and there's covenants. Okay. I think covenant is just a deeper. A covenant is as I swear by myself. So people say I swear to God, right? So God was basically I swear. God said I swear to me that I will fulfill this covenant,
right. On the Bible.
On the Bible.
I put my hand
on me.
Raise your right hand, God.
On me, I swear by me, on me, that I'm going to fulfill this thing, right? And something that I have learned this year is that in my prayer time, if God speaks a thing to me and I know that it's him, that is a promise.
Yeah.
So I can take that to the bank.
Take it to the bank. Cash it.
You can cash it. So you talk about being backed by something. That's why I think it's important that you all of us find something to believe in, right?
Yeah.
And find meaning.
Find identity.
Find identity
meaning,
and meaning in something.
So when the high is gone and life gets real, that's where the real work begins.
Yeah.
And so maybe we'll talk about that
on
our next episode.
Let's talk about application.
Application.
Yeah. So here's a takeaway. If you could take away one thing from this podcast and action steps until the next podcast, what is something that our listeners can be actively doing to pursue vulnerability and find meaning?
Acknowledge that vulnerability is not a weakness.
Yeah.
It's a strength. Okay. That's number one. Number two, don't take anything personally.
That is such a hard thing to do.
It's hard. And number three, don't make any assumptions. Really, just don't make any assumptions. And if you're going to make an assumption, assume the positive over the negative.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
It's okay. I can't help it. I just have to. I know this. Assume the positive. Just err on the side of the positive. You're going to be way better off. Application. It seems so foreign. If you truly focus this week to say, I'm not going to take anything personally, because truly only you can disrupt your day. You have all the power to disrupt your day, not something. They cut me off on the street. They cut me off. I-10 going down Houston's crazy. It is.
Yeah, it is.
But only you have the power to disrupt your day. So if you have the power, choose positive over negative. Don't make assumptions, and just stay neutral. And don't make meaning of stuff that is meaningless.
Yep.
And then just love somebody.
Yeah, man. And so for the vulnerability piece, I want you to recess or look through the recesses of your brain. Like look through your friend group and people that you have around you, and see who can. Tony's trying to get out. My bad, man. My bad. See who you have around you that you can trust and that you can be vulnerable with. And I'm not talking, nothing funny or anything like that, but like just get a group of guys and just say, hey man, like let's be real. Guys always talk about I want to be real. Be real.
Guys they're liars.
You don't want to be real.
They don't want to be real.
No.
They just want to sound like they want to be real.
Yeah, no. So find somebody that you can be authentic and transparent and vulnerable with. Find another guy. Now, it's cool if you're not practicing this with your wife. I would highly recommend that you be that way with your wife, and you'll see another side of intimacy that you have never seen before.
It would be cool to just try something.
Yeah.
try to say more than "What's up?" to a guy.
Yeah.
Just like, "Hey, how you doing? Good. How are you? Good."
Good. Let's keep on moving.
Try asking another question, and try to get to know. Don't ask them, "Hey man, what's your favorite color?"
Yeah.
I mean, don't get weird.
I mean,
but
unless
you
we're
could.
you could,
like
you know?
if you wanted to.
Depends on
But
the type of person.
yeah, if you're that type of person. So anyway, I think we got it right.
Yeah. Cool. So until next time, I'm Sean. That's Rob, and he is Tony. And we will catch you on the next episode of 2 to 1.